Hello, and welcome back to another turn of War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. And this is Friedrich with June 24th, 1942. We're the Allies. Let's see how. Well, I'm the Allies, but anyway, let's see how we do. He's unloading some more at Kupang. Okay. All right, the I-16. We set up a patrol of um, destroyer mine layers to check out all these subs and maybe suppress them if we can. Looks like we did a little bit of damage. That was very lackluster, but we did get one hit in. We'll take we'll take it. All right, I sent in some surface ships to hit these guys were parked at Mole Mine, and I was thinking I want to bombard Pegu, but if I could knock out these ships, I think I'd rather do that. So we'll see how we do. It looks like, man, I don't know who's gonna hit first. It looks like we're not doing well. Okay, we got a hit on the key. What is that? Kinu? Apparently it was just a surface hit because I don't see any damage taken. There's a destroyer hit. I'm not paying attention to the caliber, so because everything just kind of moves quickly. My eyes aren't that quick. Torpedoes in the water. I guess both sides have been firing torpedoes. Okay, there's a fire on the Kinu now. All right, we took hit there on the Devonshire. Okay, the torpedo boat Otori has been critically damaged, it looks like. All right, 4.7-inch hit. Yeah, this is pretty cool, but some of these hits aren't very epic, if you know what I mean, because the enemy cruisers are just shrugging them off. The Newcastle came with me. It had a little bit of damage. We talked about that on the the end of the 23rd. So we're coming in, trying to see what we can do. Because if I can sink these ships, I think that'll be worth missing out on the bombardment of Pegu. I'm okay with that. That's a good trade-off, in my opinion. The Foxhound, oof, that's not looking too good right now. All right. The Arrow just took some, uh, I think that's it's a sizable shell to take on a destroyer. All right, the Kinu took another hit, but these seem to be blocked by the armor. But that one, ooh, magazine explodes. Yeah, I don't know how much longer the Kinu is gonna last. We still don't even know what this is. I'm gonna say it's a light cruiser, but we don't have. I don't know if it's covered by the screen. Um, so maybe he'll be able to save that light cruiser simply because we just haven't gotten to it. But man. I don't even know how that Kinu is still afloat. It's getting tore up with losing. It's even losing some of its guns. Everybody's picking on it. Well, the Newcastle is anyway. And ironically, the Newcastle is the one that was torpedoed by a bomber. But all right, we also got a shot into the Kasasagi. Well, so he has one destroyer, two, no, sorry, two destroyers and two torpedo boats. These torpedo boats may not last, but I'd rather get the destroyers because they're going to be better ships all around. And I guess the reason I'm playing this out, I hope it's not a problem to everyone, is because we have very little action, surface to surface action in in this campaign so far. And you know, that's partly on me for not being aggressive with my boats and trying to find an opening. But here I am. I found an opening and I took it. I wonder if these ships were going to bombard Rangoon. That would be interesting. If he was, maybe he was waiting for our ships to leave the area, and then he was going to come in with these ships and bombard Pegu or Rangoon. But maybe I got to him first. Anyway, it's kind of interesting if that's kind of how it ended up being. And this is still a night turn, by the way. I mean, we're in the night section of the turn. So that could be another reason why nobody's gotten really good clean. I mean, there's a lot of misses. That's the bottom line here. Okay, the Tory up here is sinking. Okay, now the Isuzu comes online, and the Devonshire's taken some hits by the Isuzu now. So we'll see how we. Oh, the Kinu. I see now. The Kinu also sank. See if we can retell. See if we have enough ammunition to do something with the Isuzu. All right, we see some explosions here. Ooh, Newcastle took a shell hit. Glasgow. So I'm gonna say probably these two destroyers get away. The Suzu looks like we're gonna be able to sink that as well. It's a little early to say for sure because um, I don't know how much longer everyone's gonna last with ammunition. We've used a lot of ammunition here, both sides really. Um, I'll give it another, I don't know, 40 seconds or so. And if nothing changes drastically, I'll probably just push through because this could be a while. Maybe the Udachi, if that's right, which just took a hit. Maybe that'll go down too. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, the Suzu will probably sink because we're hitting it still. We're hitting it pretty steadily now. The question is, how badly damaged, like the Foxhound, are we going to lose that? Dragon just took a hit. But it seems to not be a significant hit. Yeah, and now inconstant destroyer here. That's pretty good fires there. This is pretty significant. We might lose the foxhound. All right, I promised to move on, and it looks like it's pretty settled what's going to happen. Um, and the range is increasing. It may be basically over. Let's move on. All right, the Suzu has heavy fires. The Kinu, we knew the Kinu and the Tori sank. The Kasasagi, I believe, will sink. The Uranami was barely, well, we could see here, barely hit, barely hit. It says on fire, but without the heavy fires, and this still may not mean much. Um, these, okay, these two, the foxhound, I was worried about it. It just is on fire. So let's cross our fingers. Maybe we'll be okay. We did schedule a bombardment still of Pegu, but it's not likely considering the two things, the damage and lack of ammunition. We may slink back to Rangoon. Yeah, look at all these straying. His bombers don't stray. I think they're flying straight from Pegu though, which is it's a smart idea because then it's so close that how are you going to get lost, right? Plus, I wonder, I just thought of this. Wonder because it's urban terrain. Wonder if that affects nighttime bombing. For example, maybe because nighttime, you're in urban, you're going to have better lights on the ground. Anyway, I don't know. And this is severe storms, but we're still able to get some damage in there. And of course, the Hudsons should make it simply because they have radar. I wouldn't imagine they'd ever get lost, but who knows? I'm trying. This is what I'm trying for: is destroyed on the ground. That's the first one, and it's B-25, so hey, I'll take it. Another Hudson. I mean, sorry, another Oscar. The Hudsons are what came and bombed. That's two Oscars. Okay, Wellingtons. These are the big boys with a lot of bombs and one hit. Okay. Now, it said strayed. Is it possible that it doesn't mean that they've turned around and flew back? It just means they were extremely piecemeal. And I just heard another ship sink. So it's possible it's from my mole mine raid, but which ship, Is it the torpedo boat that was badly damaged or the Isuzu? I don't know. All right, more unloading at Kupang. All right, we're still here. I don't like that. Get your. I don't think I said remain on station. And we didn't hit once. All right, I don't know why I pushed through that, but he likely wouldn't hit us with depth charges. All right, the O-19, we do get one into his cargo ship. Um, all right, actually, okay, two torpedoes. On fire, heavy damage, that should sink. Yeah. All right, snapper fires at a destroyer. Now the snapper, can't remember the patrol zone for that, but anyway, didn't get to the cruiser there. I think that's funny. If at first you don't succeed, why not try again? Let's see. These are the modified torpedoes, and we do take damage that time. Probably have to, well, let's put it this way. I'll look at the damage for sure. All right. If our cruisers are still parked at Mole Mine, that's a shame, but I hope we snuck back to Rangoon. I think the bombardment is going to have to not happen. It's too bad. It would have been nice to sink the or destroy some aircraft on the ground, but all right, we got a lot of heavy cap in Northern Australia, so let's see what he's going to bring. We still have this unit here that is probably frustrating him, just a guess, because they haven't decayed and died. 1P, okay. These are our troops moving across along the mountains here. Um, I mean, sure. Um, these annoying, all they are is like support, something like that. Like literally just being an annoyance. All right. So I did a sweep, but well, the sweep didn't go. He's obviously not flying cap here. That's fine. The idea here is just to bomb this as much as possible, as heavy as possible, which I'm hoping is what just happened, because we want to do an attack this turn. Is it going to work? I have no idea. Um, but we hit the division twice, and the artillery regiment. Um, well, let's see how it goes. We should be in this hex today, but it just depends on, I guess, rounding of movement and so forth. But in any case, we're bombing because I want to soften them up and hopefully do an attack soon. Like I discussed, I think I'm going to bombard on the 25th, we'll set up a bombardment, and then the 26th, and based on the bombardment, we'll see what we want to do, if we want to attack or just keep bombarding. All right, follow-up raid. He's got carriers here, so I'm not sure. That's the thing. I wasn't sure if he was going to cap this with his carriers. Or is he just protecting troop transports that are coming in? Not sure. All right, I heard a lot of cameras clicking, so here's the PM phase. I think he's getting ready to make a move on Dilly. And he's, of course, reconning cans, which, you know, who wouldn't, right? That's kind of an important base. Well, it's an important base in the strategic situation we find ourselves. Okay. Here's again. I've always hold my breath with these Japanese subs because it doesn't matter what kind of ship. It's seems like my stuff has magnets. All right, we got a Dutch sub getting a torpedo, at least one here. Looks like it's severe. Oh, torpedoes. Yeah, that should sink also. Oh, we do get a bombardment in. I don't know how much ammo we have left. Oh, wow. 7 Sallies destroyed. I don't think we literally damaged the quantity that's listed here. I think that's just hits, basically. 7 destroyed Sallies, 6 destroyed Topsies. Wow. And I didn't think we had any. Whoa. I didn't think we had any ammo left. Like, this was significant. Now, it could be small caliber hits that don't damage the thing base very much. Wow. All right, wind chill bombardment as we expect. I think we're going to go through the normal cycle. The difference will be we're not bombarding this time down in the south in Australia. We're attacking. Let's see. We actually do significant damage. Well, I mean, to destroy, it's not huge, but it's certainly more than usual on the counter battery fire. All right, some damage there on that counter battery as well. All right, bombardment at Batavia. I would think, and I I know I'm not a Japanese player, but it's pretty obvious he wants to free up this division. He wants to free up these units for action elsewhere. And he surely he has more reinforcements coming, I would imagine. Bombardment at Pegu. 11 guns, though. That's kind of a weak bombardment, actually. All right, bombardment at Rangoon, and we're still stuck here at Pegu, so we need to figure out a way to get get under cover at Rangoon, and then try to slip away to Calcutta or somewhere for repairs. All right, he's bombarding us at Kupang, and our counter battery fire is fairly successful. Okay, he's bombarding us here at Banyamasan. And okay. Alright, this is our deliberate attack. I don't know, guys. This is ×3 terrain. So, I've low expectations here. Let's go. Alright, let's see how we do. Oof. I don't want to see. Oh, that's ugly. Um, the defender, though, you can see here. Whoops, I'm too far down. The defender is low on supply, low on experience. He has tough leaders, and of course the terrain, which we just talked about. This is going to have to be rectified. We're going to have to get these guys back in shape. The disabled can't come back, so that's good. I mean, can't be repaired. But I think disabled, especially in the context of, you got to imagine they're being surrounded. They're going to be like a cornered animal, and they're going to fight tooth and nail, which means I don't know how it works, but I think even disabled assets do something, at least on the defense. All right, we're bombarding back. I don't know for sure why. Probably because I think at this point it's because I forgot to flip it off. We take a little bit of hit there. Bombardment in China. All right. Pop, Pao. All right. And hey, we're a little successful there. All right. Um, Before we jump into watching the 25th resolution, these don't stand out to me as extremely significant. Before we jump into the 25th turn resolution, we'll take a look at some of the stats and go from there. I thought it was worth noting that while the distance traveled last, when we looked at it last, which was the beginning of the day, and before we submitted the orders, we had traveled exactly half of 46, and as I expected, I was hoping to go the full distance, but just 1 mile short. That's a little frustrating, honestly. And then I won't take a lot of time here, but I do want to point out, but basically our situation here, we've gotten beat up. Probably it looks like mostly the 32nd Infantry has taken some serious casualties. We have already set up. I may just divide this unit, let it build up faster, hopefully. And the same with the 7th Australian. Actually, we're in good shape with the 7th Australian. Um, so I may leave that together there. But just wanted to look at this. We'll switch to everybody bombard for now, and we'll keep doing that until we have a better situation. Okay? Well, and then because this was kind of an important turn, I don't normally do this in the middle of turns, but just to show you how badly beat up our ships are, the Foxhound is not as bad as I thought. So that's a great news. The Newcastle that was torpedoed is in roughly the same shape. We should have, I set it to do not refuel on purpose so we don't get caught at Rangoon. I think we can probably do full speed and get out of there, out of range of bombers. Just zip out of here ASAP. Um, Not sure what that is, but I'm gonna just ignore it. I think it's time to get out. We had a good raid. It's time to get out while we're ahead. All right. Oh, and you can see he still has aircraft here, but they could be damaged aircraft on the ground, but he just decided not to leave. Okay. You can see here we lost four ops losses. He lost four due to ops losses. So we had no air-to-air action. Well, that's pretty obvious. But we were able to destroy 22 on the field. I don't. That's crazy because, well, the numbers obviously were low on the display. All right, let's take a look at what we got. 14 Topsies after all, not the six or seven that we were told, or was it five? Anyway, Sally's, we did get the six, well, five to ground, one to ops, maybe the night bombing. Oscar, he lost two to ground. That was those bombing missions up here. And then a Babs and a Nell and an Elf, a zero. The Elf, I guess, is actually on the ground. Oh, the Elf. Yeah, whenever you see this, it's we sank the ship that he was parked on. We lost a Marauder, two Marauders, one of each kind, a B-25 and a Blenheim due to ops. I wonder if this B-25C is from India. Um, None of these are I'm happy about, but the ratio, I'll take it. We didn't lose any pilots because they were ops. Well, you can still lose pilots, but thankfully we didn't. And then ship sunk. Let's see what they reported for us. All right. So the Kinu worth 29 points. We did torpedo a couple of cargo ships successfully for a total of 16. There was there should be a fifth ship on here, but we don't have enough information about which one. The Tory is not worth much. It's a smaller ship with a short endurance, and it does have capacity to carry troops, but very small. And an 8-inch gun blasted it. Let's see. So yeah, there's the anti-sub none. So these, I think these he can lose and not be too concerned. I guess his ships have troop capacity. I don't believe ours do. Well, I haven't seen it yet. So these also got sank by 8-inch guns. Um, and this is obviously a nice ship, 6,000 endurance. So it can't quite make it halfway around the world, but it's something. Um, so yeah, this was a good sink. Uh, And again, he was parked here. Was he going to come bombard here? I have no idea what his goal was sitting here. But I saw him and I debated bombarding Pegu or hitting that. And I decided to try both, and it happened to work successfully. More or less accidentally, I would probably say. And then if you look here, the airfield damage is 64. So what I take from that is I don't know how these numbers work, but it's possible that his bombers won't be able to fly with that high of damage. Maybe like some durable fighters can get up, smaller fighters, but I don't know how bigger bombers can fly under those conditions. Um, but all in all, that was a good turn, I believe. I'm gonna take it and run with it and try to get my ships to safety. And you could see here the detection 8 of 9. Yeah, we need to bug out, but yeah, we'll take it and um, on to the next one. We're here on June 25th. What will happen today? Um, Hopefully not much. I don't have anything major planned. Switched off some attacks. Well, the attack in Australia is going to bombard, etc. Well, this is Denpasar. Have no idea if that's how to pronounce that, but this isn't a bad. I don't know. I've never played the Japanese, but I would imagine this isn't a bad use of the destroyers to clear up some of these smaller, annoying boats that might keep your invasion force from being able to slip in and do their thing. And that's what I'm guessing is happening here. I was going to move these boats away and relocate them. Maybe I should have if they're going to get sunk here. But I decided to leave them, and you know, I guess we'll see if that was the right decision or not. So far, we just forced him to use some ammunition here. Will we get kicked out of the hex? Possibly, and we'll find out. Yep. Oh no, this is Batavia. Okay. I don't know why I thought we were further down on the map because Denpasar is way down here, and so therefore, instead of Sumatra up here, we would probably see Java. So obviously, I was way off. Now, these coastal minesweepers are not as fast maneuverable. They're gonna probably be destroyed fairly quickly. Now, what I don't understand is I have mines in this hex. Well, I thought I did. So them being in here, I mean, hopefully we get a mine into one of these. I don't know. Maybe maybe they have their own ability to sweep mines or avoid them somehow. Yeah, we're likely gonna lose both of these. Yep, we already lost the Rindani, and I don't know how this other one is still afloat. Marbabo Rindiani. Yeah. So we lost both. One to the Marbabo took 7 hits. The other one was just two and surrendered to the waves. Okay. But yeah, like I say, it's just weird. Where are my mines? Yep, another coastal minesweeper here. Yep, and Enda, 3 hits. Um, okay. What was that, one? Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. See, the idea here, he has a bunch of fighters here. I'm trying to one destroyed, but I'm damaging others, destroyed, okay. So far 3 fighters destroyed, a 2 fight, ooh, carrier fighter. Zeros are getting destroyed here. Alright, that was, I think, fairly successful. Um, we damaged a lot, and so we should be able to do some sweeps with that in mind. And we still have pretty good moonlight. I'm gonna do this another turn or two, and also have some sweeps go over and see if that's successful. Okay. Or destroyed aircraft. Okay. A zero and an Oscar. Okay, now the downside is we're not damaging or just, you know, this doesn't do anything to the pilots, so the pilots just get another plane and they're ready to go. That's the downside. But for now, it keeps their air units suppressed. Yeah, the Foxhound. I wonder if that's having issues because I had it on full speed to get out of his air range. We'll slow him back down as soon as we get around the edge of Burma there. I think we can. I don't know. We might be in danger as long as we're at sea, but we'll worry about that when it happens. Okay, Salah. See if they can last more than one hit. Well, there's a second hit. Okay, just two hits for that one. Okay, we hit. Oh, nice. That was more or less a direct hit, it looks like. We did damage also fuel tanks, which is leaking. So it's possible that he may have to take it back um, simply for fuel reasons, but we'll see. All right, he's bombarding Kupang. This could be more unloading, but it might just be a bombardment test, and that's what it looks like. Just straight up naval bombardment. Um, yeah, did a lot of damage to the base here. We won't be repairing that anytime soon. And he's bombarding Cairns again, which is it sucks because I do have air units there, but I don't have as many as I almost moved some air units there, but I'm glad I didn't. So we lost a few destroyed aircraft, but a lot of damaged. And furthermore, the base got beat up, and we did lose some troops. All right, he's this. Not sure if this is straight up naval bombardment or unloading, but it looks like just bombardment and beating up the base. Okay, some more damage repair issues on our um, moving ships. All right, our PT boats. It looks like I'm assuming have returned to Batavia and into the teeth of these destroyers again. See, they probably have, enough ammunition left to do something. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna just push through this. It may result in sinks, but I just, it's not, it's not because I don't want to watch it. It's just could take a while. Oh, okay, that was further south than I expected. Hmm. Found a submarine west of Johnston. All right, we're sweeping here. We also got some P-38s coming, but the hope is to drive these zeros out of the sky. I really don't think, anyway, that I have even a bombing run. The idea is just to keep pressure on his aircraft. So, Ooh, nice. Okay, we'll take it. A couple of zeros shot down. Very nice. Three zeros, okay. And the P-38s get there, and they're all swept from the sky already. Very cool. I think that was successful. I don't, like I say, I don't have any bombing scheduled for that. I don't think so. I don't remember any anyways. All right, Iloilo. And he's bombing my troops here. Okay. All right, this time we put Lancers in over the hex. See if they fare decently against these aircraft. And okay, so far not bad. I'm gonna push through this because I don't know how long this is gonna go. We didn't get into the bombers yet again, but he has 11 less. Well, I think he brought 30 nates. We'll find out here in 1 second. Yeah, so he had 11 less nates, and we had no, according to this, no losses. I think we destroyed more than 4, but I just don't know for sure how many. Okay, Sally's bombing our slow-moving troops over here on Java. Okay, getting into the meat there, Padang. Lily's bombing. I wonder if they're flying. Probably not from here. I think the angle would be, I don't, Singapore maybe? Anyway, yeah, that'll do it. I think that'll do it. He won't even have to attack those guys. Yeah, I think that's, they're dead now. All right, so what we're doing here is we're bombing the troops. For multiple reasons, but yeah, the idea is to really put the pressure on, force him to, well, damage, keep him fatigued, disrupted, and when we bombard, we'll get a feel for what he has, and then maybe even do an attack the following turn. We do have another tank battalion driving up too, so I think it's gonna be okay. All right, where was that? All right, looks like we had some air missions canceled. Oh, that's it. Wow. Okay then. Ooh, I hear a ship sinking. Don't know what that's from. All right, so we're shooting back. Hit the AM's, the armed merchant cruiser there at Kupang. All right, deliberate attack. You know, he likes to bomb this and then attack. So we'll see if we survive this time or not. Well, it looks like we hold. one more day and do decent damage to him yet again. Even with 2 to 1, we hold and deal significant damage. All right, bombardment, Wen Chao. Okay. And yeah, the usual locations. Ooh. Um, all right, we lost a destroyed vehicle, but he lost 3 destroyed squads, so. All right, Iloilo. It looks like he landed here or here. I really don't know which, and I guess it doesn't matter. And then marched because I didn't see any ships. And now he's here ready to fight. I haven't been looking at the Philippines, so I totally missed that he was there. Shouldn't take it for granted. And always be aware where he might be. All right. All right. Okay. So he's doing an attack. Now I don't know if it's to test whether we're gonna. Oh, right. He just did a bombardment, so he probably figured it would be uh cakewalk. Our fort levels. Oops. Our fort levels 3, and it hasn't been diminished. We also have the terrain in our favor. Now we did have fatigue from the bombardments and whatnot, but we still hold and do a bit more damage than we take. Get up there, and including 2 destroyed squads. Okay, about double the casualties there. But at bombardment Penang, you can see here we're really weakening, but the AV as it's calculated is still up there. With all these bombardments, I'm surprised he has enough supplies to deal with it. Um, okay. We do have a tank unit, more specifically a tank destroyer unit, moving from Cairns to our troops there. So hopefully we can get there and do another attack soon. All right, Rangoon, another bombardment. These are our retaliatory bombardments, of course. And this one we're doing about even. Okay. All right. Some expansions here, none of which is extremely important. And I'll be back to have a brief conversation about um, like the after action report. Okay, pardon me, I just wanted to briefly point out, well, we still have to unpack. We have one more day to unpack, and we're moving west. We're going to try to come in here. In the meantime, I'm going to be bombarding, the goal being to keep suppressing him, keep, the pressure on him. This may or may not be successful, but I'm going to do a deliberate attack under combat, of course, because the goal here is to. I think it should be okay. He has 15 guns. I doubt they're anti-tank guns. And this is mainly armor. We got some Grants, Stewarts, and the Humber one. I'm hoping we can dislodge him from here and whatnot. I'm not even sure why he's parked here, but and I don't know if that may be the unit that was coming that had gone up here, captured these, and came down here. But the other thing I want this armor to do after it does this job is possibly come up here and explore what's going on up here, retake if possible. The other thing, and I do have more armor coming up here, by the way. I've got something coming from Sydney, and by the way, more artillery. I'm going to be massing lots and lots and lots and lots of artillery to go up north. Um, see, more artillery. And first Australian Corps, that's going to push up there as well. Um, I don't know why I put this to cans. To uh, I want to use this to invade Cooktown. This unit was destroyed at Port Moresby, and I kind of want, just for fun, I kind of want him to be the one that drives on Cooktown and takes it back, and then we can start planning for Port Moresby. All right, now down here we have everybody's in this hex now, ready to go. We're gonna flip to everybody's in combat mode. Flip to bombard, and I kind of want to say if you're not in bombard. You're going to, I might just rebuild these for simplicity. Um, let's see. Is reserve one back? Yeah. Maybe put you guys in reserve. Let's see. This one. Yeah, that one is special. Uh, we'll have combat on that one. We'll just keep them all on combat, honestly. Um, I highly doubt he will attack us. He does have 7 units. But we're about to find out what units they are. Look at all this prep work. The lowest prep is this 62, and we've got a couple of hundreds, so I think we're in good shape for this attack. But our supplies are low. We're taking a bit of a hit going up this road. But check this out. So this can be flipped to combat. But we're moving the first US MC tank. This will get in this turn. So we're going to bombard, and then this guy will slip in, and we'll use all of this plus this tank unit to attack. Look at this. We'll have over 1,000 AV. This is going to be the tank 86. Yeah, we'll have over 1,000 AV to strike. I have no idea what his AV is, and it is times two with the jungle, but we've been hammering this so badly, it may just collapse. We're about to find out. Um, the other thing is, you see this mine layer group. I kind of, not yet, but I kind of want to lay mines. I'm going to wait till our bombardment kicks in. We're going to go ahead and set that up now for bombardment and make sure night operation recon Kumok, and we will bombard, and then we'll just go ahead and leave. I'm okay with hitting it and leaving because usually they're low on ammunition. Um, no, I'll remain. One turn. I don't know where his carriers are, so never mind. You know what? He doesn't see us still. We could stay here. Hmm. Okay. Oh, this is tough. I could go in, bombard, remain, and then hit it and leave. In other words, hit it this turn, remain. We're bombarding, we're going to be bombing. Then we bombard it again, leave, and we attack. For the most full effect, the ideal would be to wait until next turn and bombard, then attack. Um, pardon me. All right. Yeah, it seems like they recover quickly in the day. I'm gonna leave it. Look, I'm gonna leave it this way for now. Parked here. Well, if I change my mind, I'll let you know when I do the next video. As long for I think I'm gonna turn these guys off. Let them rest a day. That way they'll be fresh and they'll hit hard the next day when we're actually gonna do the pull off the attack. Same with, well, let's look at our B-17s. They're in fine condition. I'll bomb again. It's just light rain. Well, I mean, who knows what it'll be when we actually bomb. Um, but yeah, and I think I'm going to leave these bombers on the night bombing of the airfield because that was successful. All right. Now, what everyone's probably waiting for, let's take a look. Zero air to air, 11. And this amazes me. For one, the Chinese aircraft held their own, and then and those are Chinese pilots, by the way. And then the American AVG did not lose an aircraft. So we lost three total, and we were on the offensive, and he lost 24. So that's like a crazy ratio. All right, let's take a look at the details. 13 nades, 11 air to air. So we literally shot down all 11 of those aircraft that over China. Two on the ground were there at Cooktown. Zeros, he lost three in that fight over Burma, and three on the ground there at Cooktown, and one to ops, probably from this four of these landing. Then Oscars, five on the ground. That's again Cooktown. So those Cooktown raids were like amazing. Sally, Betty, Babs, Ops, and then here's where we lose a Warhawk on the ground. That was at Cairns, and a Kitty Hawk. That was at Cairns, and one P-39D to Ops. So all in all, this is I thought the bombardment was way worse, but only three aircraft total. Um, yeah, I think that was successful. A successful. We can consider that a successful turn. His battleships surely moved out by now. Our field is damaged. You can see here. Uh, I believe the fortifications help, when they bombard. Obviously, the facilities took a lot of damage still, and also the troops took a little bit of damage. But all that said, let's look at if we lost any pilots. I guess we would have only lost one from that T-39, but we lost none, so that's also a success story. He may or may not have lost very many pilots because all those, even the air-to-air fights were over. Well, yeah, he had ground troops where we were shooting down Nates, so he may not have lost a lot of pilots, but anyway. All right, see all these? Okay. They're finally accepting the loss of one of their destroyers that we sank, that we bombed, looks like that this can't be right. Um, 625. We don't even have a carrier there. Maybe this is when they accepted the loss, but we bombed it long time ago. Um, Anyway, we lost five of these coastal minesweepers. All right, I was hoping let's take a look because I shouldn't just assume anything. But yeah, we have 81 mines, and he came in there, blasted our coastal minesweepers, and left like there was nothing. Oh, uh, I I shouldn't be too hasty. 49.98. Yeah, so we have 81 mines, and he came in there, beat us up, and left without hitting any of them. But I don't know. I guess the hope is he can say, "Ooh, I cleared the base. Let's go in with our transports." Then he hits our mines. There's always that, and we can hope for that. Just realized. Check these. All right, toggled back to move. Okay. Did I look at this enough? He hasn't hit our base in a while. I don't think he liked how that felt. Uh, Getting tore up here. Um, we can fill this up a bit. Why not? Yeah. All right, we may have to get some pilots here. Um, let's just take the top, whatever. Okay. All right, so we're ready to go here. We'll get some more fighters, and but he doesn't seem like in a hurry to bomb us here again, for at least not in the near future. Of course, we're getting battered here. I mean, look at that. Although he's going to inherit that damage. We don't have a lot of engineers to work on this, so that'll all be probably handed off to him when he does come in and take it. But I just hope the goal here, this is times two times two. The goal here is to last as absolutely long as possible. We are almost to July. If we can last to mid-July, I think that might be very optimistic. But if we can last till mid-July, hey, then he'll need. Uh, by the time he takes it, we'll be in strong position here. I don't see him knocking this, hitting this, or driving us out. Um, I'll probably build this up a bit more, like um, maybe upgrade some of these, because certainly they look like they're pretty pitiful units. Um, but yeah. So yeah, I feel okay about Australia right now, but things could change. But let's keep going. Dutch East Indies are hotly contested and uh, precarious. Now, up to Burma, these are, of course, everything here seems to be touch and go. Um, like, well, let's say stalemate, which is good for us. Stalemate's good for us because we're building up here. By the time this is a division, he's going to drive this way. Well, that's the direction his. Oh, wait. I don't know where the division is going. He's got pips going northeast and pips going northwest. I wouldn't be surprised if the division is coming here. That said, we're almost this. But I'm going to leave the base force here, okay, until these fighters are out of here. Which we have 2 days left. Well, until these fighters are out of here, I have to leave the base force here. As soon as the fighters leave, the base force can go as well. But have anyway. So, but the battalion, this rifles battalion, my thought is to bring them up here and consolidate up here. Not sure yet, and he doesn't seem to be indicating movement. Um, hmm. Because if we can get all the assault value here, when he comes across with a shock attack, maybe we can deal some decent damage to him. It's not a bad idea to congregate here. Leave the base forces up front, whatever. Okay. I also need to see what assets we have that I can maybe put in here. Do we have some Burmese squads to give? Let me real quick look at that. I normally don't jump in looking all this stuff, but yeah, 14 Burmese squads. We get them very slowly. Build rate is 6. That means one every 5 days roughly. That's 14 we have, and we have to split them between. Uh, so that's 11. This one needed 9. That's already 20 and 9. So basically we need 30. We only have 14. But hey, 14 is more assault value. And one more thing. What else could they use? Lewis AAMG 3-inch mortar. All right, let's do by name or else it'll take forever. We got 19 of these things. We I don't really want to upgrade to Vickers and waste them, but 3-inch mortar. Yeah, if this is the one, I don't know which one. Is it 0 or is it 105? Um, that would be worth doing, especially if we park behind the river. That's a pretty good idea. Now, he could say, well, forget that. I'm not going for that. I'm going up here to Lashio. I mean, 225 AV here in times 3 terrain with almost level 4 fort. I think that'll be a challenge in itself. This guy, he got beat up, but he's gonna push on. I'm gonna go down this road and get parked right here, and then work my way behind. If nobody's here, I'm gonna take this and cause a kind of a supply blockage up here. Hopefully, that reminds me. Maybe I should have brought that. Maybe I should have brought this guy down here. Well, look, These won't, okay, these won't hold anything. I'll just march forward. All right. All right. So no supplies will be going this way or this way. If to Prome, the best he can do is off-road over here. And if I can park this unit, I guess we're gonna go straight across. Well, first we're gonna go here, and then we'll see by proxy if he has anything there. If he doesn't, I'm gonna go in. If he does, I'll move right here, maybe even right here, and just hang out north east of Pegu. This guy could come down and park here. So first, I'm gonna come here, see, and then we'll figure it out. All right. Again, this is just to be an annoyance. I don't have high expectations. All right. I'm going to jump over here to China, and I wanted to cover something here. Uh, okay. Well, he keeps attacking here to, fortunately, to no success, although we are getting beat up pretty badly. But I wanted to point out we're building this base up now. We've established some engineers. We've got another group coming of engineers. We are shifting some cavalry. This last regiment, or whatever, a third of a Chinese corps is coming up here, and we're going to come into this spot and hang out and hopefully see what we can do about kicking this guy out. Although he has reinforcements himself, if this is division, he's going to kick us out, right? Anyway, uh, he's probably tired of our troops being there, and that's understandable. But we have a couple more units of cavalry coming up this road. The goal here is to converge and then explore up here what he might have. In fact, I may send this guy already up there and just take a peek. See what he has. If he has anything here. If he does, then I guess we'll be at a kind of a standstill here as well. Because I mean, maybe he doesn't. Maybe whatever he has up here is small, kind of like this unit here. Um, but Chinese are not that strong offensively, so I have zero expectations from any of my stuff. All right. One more thing. I've been thinking about this, okay? I have some elements of the 50th Chinese Corps that are pretty weak. I'm going to start doing something, okay? I'm going to start being annoying. Not that I'm not already, but I'm gonna try some tactics that I haven't all game. So let's kick out here and see if we can get in behind the lines here and maybe find our way to doing something back here. If maybe even park, for example, along these rail lines, keep supplies from um, getting through. So first, we'll just move these two elements up here. Then we'll see what's going on and decide, okay, then we might move both unit elements here and see then further. And then we could plug one here, um, and or here, and or on this road. I don't know. Again, just be a general nuisance to affect his supply situation. In fact, this enough would be a pain because that means he can't get stuff here readily. Anyway, just something that I'm trying to process. Now, where are his aircraft coming from up here? Um, I mean, could be Nanyang. That has air capacity, high air capacity. So probably from here. There's nothing I can do about that. But I will say these Lancers are extremely fatigued. And how are okay? It's it's mildly annoying. We're gonna stand down both of these guys. Um, these guys are too weak to do anything. So unfortunately, they'll just have to sit there and the problem is the ABG element here was flying more cap for some reason. Well, I know it's because I overlooked something, but that caused them to be way over fatigued, which means they can't fly, rotate in and cap that. But it is what it is. It's on me. I have to be more careful. All right, one thought I have is to bring this AVG unit because we're gonna be withdrawing them soon. And this guy is fairly fresh. Can fly four hexes. Sorry, five. We could cap all the way from Ichang. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna just move on from that. Well, that's getting way too tactical. I really didn't want to waste this much time. It's way further into the video than I like, but we already have discussed a little bit about my plan here. We'll just be bombarding with artillery, and we'll keep waiting for a few things to transpire. Then we'll do a normal attack again in both locations when the time is right. This one may be tomorrow. Anyways, until next time, take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you next time for June 26th turn resolution. Bye.